I'm answering impossible would you rather nail questions. Thank you, Past Anita, for coming up with this great idea. Break a nail or stub a toe. Starting off strong here. Would you rather only use cremes forever or never use cremes again? Again, thank you, Past Anita, for doing all this. I am in my magnetic girl era, and I feel like right now, Anita, you would have to pry magnetics out of my cold, dead hand. So for this one, as much as I love great palette cleanser colors or just straight cremes on your fingers, I think I'm gonna have to go with never using cremes ever again. Because I feel like you can get the look of a creme if you have like a curly that has like a slight shimmer in it. I feel like I'm breaking my own rules here. No, okay, I'm gonna stick with it. I would rather never use cremes again. Ugh, am I gonna regret this decision? Next question. Would you rather have infinite budget or infinite space for nails and nail related activities? And I can only buy nail things. Right now, Anita would pick infinite space just because I love the idea of being able to fully organize everything that I own and everything that I have into their own little containers and units right now. Currently, my organization setup has a bunch of brands kind of all in one container or all in one drawer. And I think I would pick the infinite space just so I can have better organization. I don't think I would pick infinite budget just because I want to be able to bring items into my collection and use them and know that they're in my collection. If I had infinite budget, your girl would go crazy. I would just buy whatever catches my fancy that comes out in any collection. And I don't know if that's healthy for me to do, honestly. Yeah, so I think Anita right now would go for infinite space so I can kind of better organize the collection that I have. I am pretty satisfied with what I have in my collection. Maybe I could buy like machines that do your nails and test those out and stuff, but honestly, like, even if I had infinite budget, I would still be limited by the amount of space that I have in my home to be able to house all of this nail stuff. Next, would you rather? Would you rather have an amazing color and terrible formula, or a disgusting color and an amazing formula? I think this one's pretty easy for me. I would go with the terrible color and amazing formula. The reason for that is I don't think there's a color out there that everyone would universally agree about being like, this is the best color ever, or this is, everyone has their own version of their favorite colors. Pruglies are a thing because people love Pruglies. Other people think Pruglies are disgusting. I personally think they're pretty fun. I can work with a quote unquote gross color, but it's really hard to work with a really bad formula. Like, I would rather have a nice looking manicure with a funky color than a possibly like lumpy manicure. I would be so frustrated working with a bad formula that I'd rather do a good formula with a weird / funky color. Next, would you rather? Would you rather use a skinny brush or a frayed brush, like a weird wonky type of brush? In the spirit of the question, I'm not gonna try to break the rules and be like, I could just cut off the weird pieces of the frayed brush. In reality though, that is what I would do. I would take, if it was like a wider rounded paddle brush with like weird bits and pieces coming off of it, I would just cut off the pieces that are kind of flying everywhere. But again, in the spirit of this question, if I had to use a skinny brush or a frayed brush, I honestly think I would take my chances with the frayed brush because skinny brushes that I have used in the past take so many more passes to get to a good spot. Skinny brushes, I'm personally really bad at using, and honestly, I get polish everywhere. I'm not really able to get the polish to be well distributed. So overall, I think I would pick the frayed brush over the skinny brush, even if the skinny brush was like fresh out of the bottle and like perfect. I just don't like working with skinny brushes. I constantly replace my brushes, even if it's a slightly medium thickness cut straight across brush, I will swap it to a rounded paddle brush. So I think I would take my chances with the frayed brush, honestly. Ooh, This one's spicy. Would you rather break a nail or stub a toe? Ugh. Both of these, not great options, right? Both of these, not super fun. Break a nail or stub a toe? Ooh. Break a nail or stub a toe? Okay, I've stubbed my toe before so bad that I thought I broke my toe. I've also known of other people who stubbed their toes and literally had their toenail like rip off. Ooh, okay. Breaking a nail though, I've also seen people bleed. Would I rather break a nail or stub a toe? I think, ugh, this one's so hard. Would I rather break a nail or stub a toe? Okay, walk with me here. Breaking a nail. I have pretty short nails. So if I broke a nail, that would be like breaking a nail into my nail bed. Guaranteed blood. If I stub my toe, I might not necessarily rip my toenail off or break a toe. I could just like stub it on my bed frame or something like that. It could be like the possibility of injury seems lower to me for my own circumstances. So for me, I would rather stub a toe. Final answer. Would you rather bring back a discontinued or limited edition polish or create your own perfect polish? There are a number of really, really loved limited edition polish colors or discontinued polish colors that I think people would love to get back. So I'm thinking like Orly's Synthetic Symphony or something along those lines that people in the community have loved for a really long time and would love to bring back. I personally don't have anything like on my wish list that is limited edition or discontinued that I would like beg to come back. The only item on my wish list that's kind of limited edition, but honestly it's more like a seasonal polish at this point, is Sir Colors AU, the gold topper, the gold flake topper. But every time it comes out, I'm like, $40 for a polish? For one bottle of polish? I could be spending my money way smarter than that. So between the two of bringing back a discontinued or limited edition polish or creating my own polish, I think I would go with creating my own polish, because then I could go ahead and create my perfect magnetic, which I have a lot of favorite magnetics, but I think there are still a number of possibilities in the magnetic polish space that I would love to be able to create my own for. Next one. Would you rather have perfect cuticles and a crusty free edge, or crusty cuticles and a perfect free edge? Ooh, Pastanito's diabolical. Man, this is hard. Would I rather have crusty cuticles or a crusty free edge, basically is what it boils down to. I feel like cuticles are more important to me than the free edge because I feel like it's harder to get perfect cuticles than it is to get a perfect free edge, right? Because with a free edge, I can kind of cover it up with polish. I can reshape it. Like there's a lot more I can do with a free edge. Cuticles though, you're kind of born with the cuticle shape you have. Like you can try to manipulate it so that it's a better shape, and you can do a lot of work to clean it up, push your cuticles back, but I feel like there's a lot more you can do to help with the free edge than the cuticles. So I think for me, I'm going to choose, I would rather have perfect cuticles and a crusty free edge. Next question. Would you rather receive a package with all contents missing or with bottles shattered and polish everywhere? I think this is a little too close to home for me because recently I received a package that literally had all of its content missing. But shout out to ILMP's customer service because they shipped out a new package for me basically immediately, and I had no issues getting my package the second time. What is the worst case scenario here? Worst case scenario, if the package is missing and customer service sucks, then I would be losing out on everything, right? Every single polish that I ordered, I would get none of it because I never received it, and whoever I'm ordering from hypothetically is not willing to help me out and resend it or whatever is necessary, right, to get me the polishes and the items that I ordered. Worst case scenario on that side. The other side, worst case scenario is you have to do a lot of cleanup. A lot of cleanup. But you might still get some of your polishes. In that case, I think I would go with having to clean up the bottles. Yeah, I think I'd rather clean up the bottles then. Because at least that means I might be getting some of the items that I purchased, right? Instead of having the contents be missing and then possibly not being able to prove that they're missing. Versus if a polish shatters and it's all over the rest of my order, you can pretty easily prove that that's what's going on. Like, pictures can prove that pretty easily. Yeah, final answer. I think I would go with receiving some of the order shattered and polish everywhere. The only concern I have really with that at the end of the day is like, if it's really badly shattered, am I gonna get injured by receiving it? Like that would be my biggest concern. But if it was just like cracked and leaking everywhere, then I think I would go with the shattered / super messy broken order, because then at the very least I could reach out to customer service and it isn't just like, oh no, my package is missing for months on end and I don't know where it is and no one knows where it is. Next question. The assumption here, you lose your entire collection. Would you rather start from scratch, completely start over, or inherit someone else's collection? I think it would be super interesting to inherit someone else's collection, just to see what items they like versus what I like. This is coming from a girl though who loves a good mystery box. I am open to trying lots of new polishes, lots of new finishes, lots of new colors. So I don't actually have any concern about whether or not I would like a polish. I would have concerns about whether or not I like the brush on the polishes though. So if I did inherit someone else's collection, I would be doing a lot of, can this polish bottle brush be swapped for another brush? And I would probably go down a rabbit hole there of trying to figure out, how do I get good brushes on all of these polishes? Next question. Would you rather never use base coat again or never use top coat again? I feel like this is a relatively easy question for me. I would choose to never use top coat again rather than never using base coat. I have a few different reasons here. Number one, I use ridge filling base coats because I have ridgy nails. So base coats for me serve a really important purpose to be able to get a really nice kind of smooth application and smooth look. And on top of that, I think base coat does help me with staining and yellowing of my nails. So I would rather continue using base coat and just have like dull looking manicures. On top of that, most of the polishes I use have like fun finishes on them. So even if it wasn't like shiny, like a top coat would make it shiny, I feel like there'd be enough fun and pizzazz on it already that I could just skip the top coat. Final question, would you rather never be able to paint your nails again or never be able to buy a polish again? I think I would go with never being able to buy a polish again, because that doesn't stop people from gifting me polishes, and I could swap polishes too, right? I don't think I could just never paint my nails again. Like hypothetically, I could paint other people's nails and enjoy it, but I really enjoy having my own nails painted. I feel like I would give up buying nail polishes and acquiring new nail polishes before I gave up painting them. Let me know what you would answer to any of these questions in the comments. I would love to know what everyone would choose. Let me know if you disagree with me on any of these points. I would love to be able to hear what everyone else thinks. Someone please get Linry to answer these questions. I just need to know how Linry would respond to any of these questions. Okay, that's all for me. Thanks, bye! Shh, bonus question. Would you rather have perfect nail art skills or perfect polish application skills? I feel like I would choose perfect nail art application skills because you can clean up poor polish application skills, but you can't really fix poor nail art. I'm gonna pick the nail art. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the nail art.